Ever wondered why foreigners love Filipinas the most? Find out here. There is no question to a Filipina's beauty, however, there is more to that. It's mostly their character, born naturally hospitable, caring, and loyal. Most foreigners find Filipinas as their ideal wife. Why? To these reasons. 1. They have exotic beauties. The facial features of a Filipina is rare and hard to find, unlike in othe races. They are not just beautiful inside, but also on the outside. They have won the most coveted Miss Universe title several times in other international beauty pageants such as Miss World, Miss Hawaii, and even Miss America. 2. They are the total package. Filipino culture has taught the women to be responsible and industrious on so many things. They portray not only one character, but almost everything a man could ever search for a wife. Beauty, brains, reserved, and loving. 3. They are family-oriented. Filipinas put family above all, protecting them at all times. If you ever build a family with them, expect a clean house, nice meals every day, freshly ironed and newly washed clothes and sheets, a garden full of blooms and other plants, and basically a well-organized household and family. They do anything in their might to provide best for their families. 4. They are intelligent and well-educated. Education plays a special and important role on every Filipina. They could excel on engineering, computer, architecture, that normally would only be taken by men. 5. They are loyal and faithful to their loved ones. Once they fully committed to something, a Filipina's dedication is, without a doubt, outstanding among others. It is uncommon for Filipinas to cheat or to harm their families. They value what they have with their loved ones, especially their husbands. Even to the extent of being a martyr. No matter what, they would stick with them. Good times or bad. Wherever you may come from, Filipinas would always be striking. Invite you to watch the video. Actress Christa Miller and 2 models arrested in a buy-bust operation in Quezon City. Must watch. Actress Christa Miller was arrested in a buy-bust operation today in Quezon City, police authorities announced. In an article from GMA News, Miller, or Christa Miller in real life, was arrested with 2 other women identified as Jeremy Padlana and Lia Elelanbala. Last 2014, Miller was accused of being involved in drug operations when she was rumored to have visited a convicted drug lord in hospital. However, the actress denied the allegations, saying she was just selling a condominium unit to the convicted drug lord. Miller was the second showbiz personality to be arrested by Quezon City Police District. The first one was former Secretary Sabrina M., who was caught on video in act of using shabu. Invite you to watch the video. Duriam for the last time, emotional President Duterte pays Senator Miriam his final respects. October 2 would be the last time Duriam would be seen together. President Rodrigo Duterte sent his deepest condolences to the family of the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago on October 2 when he personally visited the wake of the Iron Lady of Asia. According to reports, the president was expected to arrive in the funeral at 11:30 p.m. but arrived at the Cathedral Grottos around 1:45 a.m. on Sunday, where the remains of Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago were laid to rest. He stayed in the place for 1.5 hours, leaving at 3 in the morning. After seeing the remains of his BFF, he was seen speaking with Senator Miriam's relatives. Prior his visit, the president has already issued a statement about Senator Miriam's passing. In his statement, President Duterte recalled his encounters with the late senator and how the senator became famous not just in the country but in other parts of the world. She is best remembered as a graftbuster eating death threats for breakfast, earning her the Iron Lady of Asia. A constitutionalist, she has always been an advocate for the rule of law, Duterte said in a statement he issued following the death of one of the most famous politicians in the Philippines. The Duriam tandem rose to fame when President Rodrigo Duterte and Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago showed the Filipino people their friendship instead their rivalry during the Pilipinas debates during the 2016 national elections. Many people bought the tandem as they reflected what the Filipino needs at the moment. It can be recalled that Duterte made his opening remarks in the presidential debates with "It's good that Ma'am Miriam is here because she is one of the two only qualified to run this country." Invite you to watch the video. Largest Virgin Mary statue is being placed in Lebanon. Hoping for peace and protection to the people affected by the war. Must see, despite of the casualties happening in Lebanon, hope is still in the hearts of the people. Lebanese army placed the largest Virgin Mary statue in Lebanon. People are hoping that the Virgin Mary would protect all of the people affected by the war. War in Lebanon has been devastating for the people. According to Huffington Post, 1 million Syrian refugees and displaced families are living in dire condition. The Lebanese Christians are hoping that placing of the largest Virgin Mary statue will be able to bring hope to the people and to pray continuously for peace in the said country. Invite you to watch the video. In Ohio speech, Hillary Clinton rips Trump repeatedly. After channeling her inner Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren in Toledo, Hillary Clinton rolled out a series of one-line gut punches of Donald Trump during a well-received speech in Goodyear Hall, just up the street from the rubber makers' world headquarters. On a new Newsweek report that Trump used Chinese steel and aluminum at 2 of his 3 latest construction projects, how can he make America great again if he won't even buy American products? /P. On the GOP nominee's secret plan to beat ISIS, there's no secret, he has no plan. On Republicans defending Trump's smart business acumen for writing off nearly $1 billion in business losses in the mid-1990s, what kind of a genius loses $1 billion in the first place? But as in Toledo, Clinton's message seemed targeted straight at the traditional Democratic constituency of working men and women Trump has lured into his camp. She told the crowd in Akron that she knows they all know people voting for Trump, and you've got to stage an intervention. You've got to sit them down and point out how everything he says he wants to do is absolutely opposite of what he has done and how everything he has proposed will help people like him and his family but not the vast majority of families in Ohio. In Northwest Ohio, Clinton mentioned both Sanders and Warren by name as she bashed corporate irresponsibility in general and Trump in particular. We should not and we will not respect those who get rich by cheating everybody else. Today I want to send a clear message to every boardroom, every executive suite across America: if you scam your customers, exploit your employees, pollute our environment or rip off taxpayers, we will find ways to hold you accountable, Clinton told 1,200 in the lobby of the Amtrak station in Ohio's 4th largest city. Returning to the Buckeye State for the first time in almost a month, Clinton channeled both Sanders and Warren in Toledo, saying, "It is outrageous that 8 years after a cowboy culture on Wall Street wrecked our economy, we are still seeing thousands of bankers playing fast and loose with the law." She quickly jumped on a New York Times report based on a partial Trump federal income tax filing from the mid-1990s. It doesn't look like he paid a dime of federal income tax for almost 2 decades. Now while millions of American families, including mine and yours, were working hard, paying our fair share, it seems he was contributing nothing to our nation, she said as the union-heavy crowd erupted in loud boos. Trump was taking from America with both hands and leaving the rest of us with a bill. In Akron, she again called on Trump to release his tax returns as every major party presidential candidate has done for decades. Clinton said if she's elected, she will work to establish a law that would require presidential nominees to disclose their tax filings. Her campaign quickly turned the newspaper's report into a new ad that includes a clip from last week's debate of Trump saying how smart he was to take advantage of tax laws. "If that makes him smart, what does he think of you?" Clinton says in the commercial. The 30-second spot ends with an out-of-context statement from Trump at an unrelated event: "How stupid are the people of the country?" The Times reported Saturday that Trump took a federal income tax write-off of nearly $1 billion that could have resulted in him paying no income taxes for 18 years. The Trump campaign ridiculed Clinton's return to a state that recently has featured at least a visit a week from Trump or running mate Mike Pence, the Indiana governor. After taking nearly a month away from Ohio, Hillary Clinton's campaign hurriedly announced a return in the month of October to try to shift the developing media narrative that she's writing off the ski battleground state, said the Trump campaign's Ohio spokesman, Seth Unger. The problem for Hillary in Ohio is that she is a corrupt, incompetent Washington insider who has been promising the same failed solutions for 30 years, and Mr. Trump is an agent for change. There is remarkably little enthusiasm for Hillary among Democrats, independents, millennials, African American voters, and working families in ex-urban counties, and now her campaign is scrambling last minute to find a region of Ohio where more than a couple hundred people will show up. Clinton's last appearance in Ohio was a Labor Day picnic in Cleveland on September 5. But the campaign is returning in force this week. On Tuesday, former President Bill Clinton launches a 2-day bus tour from Athens north through eastern Ohio. That's the center of an area where Trump is attracting numerous Democratic supporters. Clinton said in Toledo, "I want to take some of the ideas that worked when my husband was president to help economy grow." She predicted that the election would be close. "I know that Ohio is a tough state," she told the Akron audience. Kyle Kondik, former Ohio now with the University of Virginia Center for Politics, said the bottom line is that Trump almost certainly needs Ohio to win, while Clinton can lose the state but, like John F. Kennedy in 1960, still win the election. The 1960 election is the last time, and only the second time since 1896, that Ohioans haven't voted for the White House winner. If Donald Trump becomes president, Ohio will vote for him. If Hillary Clinton wins Ohio, she will be president. But if Hillary Clinton wins by just a small margin nationally, the state could easily back Trump in a loss, Kondik said in an online posting Sunday night. Kondik, the author of The Bellwether, Why Ohio Picks the President, also addressed questions about Ohio's status as the country's leading indicator of who will win the presidency. The relevant question today, as it pertains to both Trump's chances in Ohio in this election, as well as whether Ohio remains a bellwether of national political opinion going forward, is how much does Trump truly improve on typical GOP performance among whites who do not have a college degree, how much does he fall off with whites who do have a college degree, and how much do those changes persist over time? If the answer to those questions are, respectively, a lot, not much, and yes, then Ohio very well could go the way of Missouri, a one-time bellwether that wandered away from the flock. But if the changes are minor, or if they are ones that do not persist past Trump, then the Ohio bellwether may very well endure, even if, as in 1960, the state doesn't actually vote for the winner this year. Invite you to watch the video, Miss Utilt NPH Not Cancelled DOT, the Department of Tourism, DOT, yesterday said talk about the cancellation of the 2016 Miss Universe pageant in the Philippines was just rumor. But a Belgian trade mission to the Philippines next year planned to be led by Princess Astrid may be scrapped, after President Duterte stoked global outrage by drawing parallels between his brutal war on drugs and the Holocaust. In a statement sent to Inquirer.net, Tourism Undersecretary Kat de Castro said the DOT was not aware of the cancellation, as meetings with the Miss Universe organization, MUO, were still going on. Wurzbach crying, "We are not aware of any cancellation for Miss Universe. We are still having ongoing meetings with the MUO. Let us wait for official announcements before jumping into any conclusion," de Castro said. De Castro also took to social media to dismiss the rumor, which she said started with her Facebook post about reigning Miss Universe Pia Alonso Wurzbach crying. "Some are citing my post last Thursday before the Hitler issue. Pia and I had dinner. We were reminiscing. Hence, the IAC part." Chill Lang, de Castro said. Before the Hitler refers to the global outrage that President Duterte sparked last week by drawing parallels between his bloody war on drugs and the Holocaust. Noting that Adolf Hitler killed millions of Jews, Mr. Duterte on Friday said he would be happy to kill 3 million drug addicts in the Philippines. Mr. Duterte's remarks, made in an arrival speech after a 2-day official visit to Vietnam, drew condemnation from Germany, Israel, United Nations, United States, Jewish groups and international human rights organizations. On Sunday, the president apologized to the Jewish community, saying he intended no disrespect to their memory of one of the darkest periods in their history. But he refused to back down on his bloody campaign against illegal drugs, saying again that he would kill the 3 million addicts in the Philippines. The DOT said a team from the MUO was in the country last week to inspect possible venues for pageant events, including the city of Vigan in Ilocos Sur Province, and in Palawan and Cebu provinces. Royal Visit, the Miss Universe pageant is slated for January 30, 2017, at Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. On Saturday, La Libre Belgique reported that Brussels was reviewing a planned royal visit to the Philippines next year after the global firestorm sparked by Mr. Duterte. The newspaper quoted Brussels State Secretary for External Trade Cecile Jadon as saying that it will be difficult to ensure that the trade mission to the Philippines in May 2017, planned to be led by Princess Astrid, would go ahead. The report said Jadon sent an email to the Agency for External Trade's partners on Friday requesting an emergency meeting to discuss whether the royal visit to the Philippines should still go ahead. "I will ask for the visit to be moved to a different country. If federal authorities and the two other regions don't agree, Brussels will not send a political representative. I'm not saying no one should go to the Philippines at all, but the problem right now is timing," Jadon said. Thank you for watching videos. You remember the likes and comments below. Thanks.